Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Alan Simberg. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can decide if you're ready to start recovery from your addiction. If you find the information in this video helpful, I would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, or make comments on the video. So I think that in the beginning, while deciding whether to start recovery or not, it can be kind of challenging to decide to move forward with that decision. What can make that challenging, or at least some of the things that can make that challenging, is the lifestyle that you've gotten used to. There may be things about it that you don't like, which would be completely understandable. But one of the things about it is that it's familiar. And facing what will not be familiar to you when you first start your recovery could be one of the main reasons that you actually stay stuck and maybe having difficulty to make that decision. So I think one of the most helpful ways that you can decide whether you want to start your recovery or not is do your best to be as honest as possible with yourself. And you could even make a list. You don't have to do this all in your head. Make a list of reasons not to start recovery and make a list of reasons to start your recovery. And don't get caught up if the reasons on one list seems to be, or actually is, longer than the other list. Look for the quality of the reasons to either start or not start your recovery, because that will give you the best opportunity to at least begin deciding what you're going to do. Another thing that can help you with your decision is you do not have to think about starting your recovery as something that you're always going to do. That can seem a bit overwhelming, and in a sense, it's unrealistic. We can never really know what we're definitely going to do. However, you can know what you intend to do. And then the next step would be if you think you want to start your recovery, stop thinking about whether you want to and just do it. Take the first step, whatever that step might be. So, for example, if you're drinking alcohol, using drugs, maybe it would be difficult for you to keep the alcohol where you live while you're in the process of starting recovery. So your first step might be to get rid of the alcohol, or if you're using drugs, get rid of the drugs. If you're gambling, identify what your first steps are before you actually gamble and find a solution to not use that step. And then just focus on the idea of doing it one step at a time. And as you participate in that step, give yourself credit and also notice the differences that you might be experiencing in your life. Now, It's not unusual in very, very early recovery to experience discomfort, whether it be emotional, psychological, or physical. Instead of focusing on how uncomfortable those symptoms are, focus on the idea that as you're experiencing them, they will subside. They have to subside. You may need medical help. You may need a medication. You may need a professional detox. Obviously, that would be for alcohol or drugs. Going to meetings, having support, having the courage to talk to people that you trust who can support and help you manage any of those symptoms. And know that you're moving towards having a better life. And do your best not to give up or not to give up completely. You know, sometimes when you first start recovery, it can be a start, stop. If that's your experience, make the starts last longer each time as best as you can, and make the stops shorter each time as best as you can. Focus on what you have accomplished and do your best to never give up, or at very least, to not give up for an extended period of time, because the longer you give up, it can make it more difficult for you to restart again. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about what you can do when you're experiencing giving up, or actually what you can do when you're thinking about giving up on your recovery.